Hello again. I just finished that video and now I'm doing another one. It's good to do them in pairs. I like doing that, or doing at least two, sometimes three. But this is to talk to you about a shift in my understanding of how eBay listings work, all right? Before, I thought that when it came to dropshipping, it was about knowing the good products and knowing, figuring out, in my head, for some reason, there's this magical product that will sell well, right? Or at least there was. And that's how I thought for most of my dropshipping experience, and it was just about finding that item. But what I've realized is that it's not that simple. There's not just an item that will sell well. What it is you create a listing, and that listing, for whatever reason, gets special attention. Okay? I don't know if that makes any sense to you. So I'm going to describe something that I learned when I was selling Game Boys. When I first started off on eBay, I would buy stuff from people and sell it, and then I would also buy stuff from Craigslist. I would also make things. One of the things I made was Game Boys. I would mod original first generation Nintendo Game Boys, and I would add a backlight to them and then resell them for like $100. Okay? I really didn't earn much money at all from that. I spent a lot of money, and I probably about broke even for a cool hobby. But the point is that I learned a lot about listings, because I would regularly post the same exact products, right? And so I had three versions. There was the green Game Boy, the black Game Boy, and the standard Game Boy. I got to a point where I'd do the listings in waves, because I always wondered, okay, what's the difference between, is it better to post a listing and then have it sell and have it sell once and then it be gone, or is it better to do a good till canceled listing where it grows and that kind of thing? And what I learned is good till canceled listings are where it's at, because they can aggregate so much viewership that they create sales that would have never happened in the first place. Okay? That's a concept that it's really important to grasp, that when you list things, you are creating the potential for a sale to happen that would never have happened had you not listed that item. Realize that when you are listing things, you are changing the marketplace a little bit. It's not as logical as you think it is. You think that everyone's just going to buy the cheapest stuff. That's true sometimes, but not all the time. It describes where a lot of purchases happen, but not all of them. The world of e-commerce is big, and it's confusing and unfathomable. And as soon as you accept that, it allows you to understand it in a way that's going to enable you to make some more money, hopefully. But I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. My point is that I used to think that there was a product that you could sell, and you just had to make a listing for that ideal product, that one thing that really would sell well because there's an existing demand for it, right? And maybe when you're running an optimized business, that is true. But what I've learned, again, back to go to the Game Boy thing, I started talking about Game Boys and then I got sidetracked. I had three different colors for sale. The first time, this is after I decided on doing good till canceled listings, I made three different listings, right? For whatever reason, the standard Game Boy got, after the first month, had 2,000 views and a bunch of watchers. Then the two off-colored, so the green and the black Game Boys, only had about 200 views. And those views were very, they grew a bit at first when it first got introduced, and then they stagnated, okay? So they kind of stopped growing. Whereas the gray one just hit it off and just kept growing and kept aggregating viewership. It had almost 10 times the amount of the other viewers, of the other two Game Boy models. So, of course, me being back then, I was like, oh, this is a logical industry. So this means that there's more demand for gray Game Boys, right? Because it got 10 times as many views. And while this actually is true, there is more demand for Game Boys that are standard color sell than Game Boys that are off color, okay? But the thing is, I reposted these listings. I just took them down, redid the listings, and we're talking about identical listings, identical keywords, except green, black, gray, all right? But this time, The black one got 2,000 views, and the gray and the green ones completely tapered off at the 200, 300, 400 view point. And this is after a month. And then when I saw that, I was like, wait, what? And so my point here is that it isn't as simple as you think it is. It's more random. It's more about having the right listing in the right place at the right moment that is clicked on by the right amount of people, that gets shown, and then eBay just starts re-showing it over and over and over again. It's all about getting that eBay exposure. And you can do that through optimization, obviously, because you maximize the chance of it happening by having a lot of keywords, identifying what eBay's algorithms care about, you know. But it can be hard to figure out what is really happening when you're optimizing. And so I think in a way, bulk is the teacher. Bulk is what will show you, because you just cast this net out and you have so many more listings that you can see when these things that shouldn't sell, they start selling. And you realize, like what I was telling about the Game Boys, it's not as simple as just having an item that people want. There's something about having a listing in the right place at the right time. And I think establishing that concept and learning more about it is critical to success with the bulk methodology. And so that's why this whole video is just about that concept. I think it's important. I'm not sure how important yet, but I'm pretty sure that it's important. Thanks a bunch.